everybody, so we'll get on with that in a second. Back in June, we brought Cinemassacre to the mobile world with the app for iPhone and Android. That was really great, but we've improved it. Yesterday, we came out with a brand new app with a brand new video player. A lot of the stuff that people were asking for, like being able to play it on horrible connections or being able to play it on great connections and make it look great, well, we're accommodating everybody. So that came out yesterday, iPhone and Android. Thanks a lot. And without further ado, James Roth, the
Thanks, Ryan. Cool, thanks for the song. That was awesome. Welcome to the Gaylord. Yeah, so I have nothing planned other than questions. So you guys are all really cool, so that's why I come out to these things. So ask me stuff. I'll try to come up with some answers. And I think we have like an hour slot here for the panel, but I think because I know a lot of people want to get like stuff signed, like games and stuff, so I'm thinking I might end it a little early to get more signings in. So what we're going to do right after this, we're going to head over to the dealer room with the Screw Attack table, and I'm going to sign stuff there for like another hour, so it's probably going to be like by 8 it'll probably end, but yeah, so that's what's going on. So without further delay, give me some questions. Hey.
What was your favorite review?
Favorite review that I've done as a nerd? I think probably the Rob the Robot episode. It was a really hard one to make in under a month, but after I did, looking back, I think that one was pretty good because it had sort of like, it invented a story behind Rob and stuff, and I just like exploiting things and creating my own, just made up stories.
That was like a problem.
Sure.
How do you feel about the new Ghostbusters movie?
Is it coming out?
Well, apparently that's what they're saying, it's coming out.
The question was for the new Ghostbusters movie. I think they should make the movie about trying to make the movie. It should start off with Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis like chasing down Bill Murray on a golf course, just trying to like sack him in a bag and put the Ghostbusters uniform on him. Hey, what you got?
How's the AVGN movie coming out?
The AVGN movie.
Indiegogo, yeah!
Oh, thank you so much for that, by the way. Yeah, the Indiegogo donations have been great, and even if you haven't donated, if you're just planning to buy a ticket when it comes out, that's great too. So thanks everybody for all the support on that. The nerd movie actually, well, this is my last East Coast convention for now until I embark on my cross-country road trip to California to shoot the movie, and then hopefully when I come back I have all the principal photography done on it. So right now we've been working with getting visual effects artists locked down and basically hiring people and just all the business stuff. So there's nothing really that interesting to talk about yet. And when I get there, we're going to still be in pre-production for a while. About like by the middle of April, we should be shooting all the main stuff, and that's probably going to go on for another month or so, and or beginning of April, I think. So I'll keep you updated on that. I'm going to keep posting updates on Cinemassacre for it. The movie, I know a lot of people don't know what to really expect with the movie, but I think I've explained before that it's like the nerd, basically like leaving the nerd room, so you actually see like where does the nerd go to work, or like what happens with that. So you actually do see there he does have things to do outside of the room, and then there's a big adventure and all kinds of stuff happens. And of course the game, I think I mentioned the game that we are talking about in the movie is the infamous E.T. My friend from high school, Kevin Finn, who I used to make movies with all the time, he was a co-writer on the film. So basically, for a few years now, this has been going on. We wrote this thing like many years ago. Pretty much like at the end of like 2006, when the Nerd was getting popular on YouTube, we were like thinking like, oh, what could it be like if we did like a nerd movie? And we started trying to write it, and basically by like 2008 we had it all written out. But it took a lot of like brainstorming. Kevin would fly over from LA, and he would come over to my house a lot of times. We'd sit together and we'd talk about it, and we would mix our humor and everything. And a lot of times when I was in doubt, he would encourage me. Like if there was an idea, I was like, is this funny? Does this work? And I said, you know what if my biggest request is E.T.? What if I did E.T. for the movie? And he's like, oh, that's cool. And I'm like, yeah, because there's a story with that too. The landfill. Do you know about that story? Yeah. So this game, E.T., was so infamously bad that 2 million unsold copies were buried out in the New Mexico desert. And then it's kind of like, since then it's been this fabled spot in gaming history. Like, it's like a treasure hunt, like X marks the spot. And I told him this, and Kevin was like, that sounds great, like we gotta do the movie. And I was like, what everybody knows about that story? And we started working on it, see what happened, and the script just evolved, and it got really exciting, and we came up with this wild and crazy story, and we're really excited about it. And now the last thing to do is to go make it. So it's a really ambitious film, but everybody has been so supportive of it and helped out so much that we're going to go ahead and do it. And I hope you all like it in the end. I'm going to start here in the front. Hey, yeah, you were there at the camera, with the tripod camera. I'll go back to you again.
You yourself are a big fan of the Back to the Future films. And
Yes.
I saw that you mentioned on your Cinemaster Twitter a while ago that you finished the PC game.
Oh yeah, I did actually, yeah.
What was your overall thought now that all the episodes are complete?
Oh, the Telltale Back to the Future game was really cool. I played through all 5 episodes, and yeah, it was really great. It was like watching a 4th Back to the Future unfold. It's really cool. There were some parts of it I liked better than others. I think there's like a part where I forget what it is, but you like break up Edna and Doc, and then you gotta get them back together again. Or I think you get them together and then you gotta break them up. And a lot of that I thought was a little dull. If I was gonna pick like what's the weakest part of the game, it might have been that. But I loved a lot of the story and the way a lot of the things ended. So it was really good. Good experience overall. I'm going to you right there.
So during the instant bucket video, you online, and he answers, he's like right across the way. You guys really live next to each other.
No, we don't actually, but that's cool. I'm glad people asked that because the window wasn't even real. Like it was just, we just put that, and in fact, you know what it is? We shot my window from the outside and we put that there. So the actual window that you're seeing behind me is the same window that I'm sitting in. But it worked, so it worked good enough. So, hey, right here.
Can you tell me a little bit about the cats that you have?
Oh, the cats? Oh, I got Boo and Yeti. Yeah, Boo's the black one, Yeti's the white one. Boo's a boy, Yeti's a girl. Boo is very energetic and social. Yeti is very shy and scared usually. Yeah, they're really cool. Yeti's adorable. I don't know. But we're actually we're taking the cats with us on our trip. So yeah, and we wouldn't take because we can't live without our cats. So we're gonna bring them, and it's crazy because the best option really, or the only option really that we have, we're driving out with our car and we're bringing the cats with us on a 5-day road trip across the country, which starts in a couple days. So and they're traveling in the most luxurious cat cage that I've ever seen. So maybe I'll get some pictures of that later. But yeah, we're gonna bring the cats because yeah, we love them. You know, the green wristband.
I gotta say your Halloween episodes were terrific this year. They just keep getting better and better. What's your personal favorite horror film to watch?
Oh, my favorite horror film in general. It's hard to say because there's so many different.
Tombs of the Blood Dead.
Yeah, I love the Evil Dead films. I love. I mean, going all the way back to the silent era. I love The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari because it's so visually warped. And I love the Universal monster movies. I couldn't really pick one. I guess The Wolfman maybe would be my favorite of those. But yeah, there's so many of them. Night of the Living Dead is also one that inspired me a lot. I'm gonna go on this side here. Hey, right in front here.
Okay, I got two questions. One, when you made the gyros and robot video, what happened to it after dropping it on it?
Oh, after Rob did one?
Yeah.
Oh, I ate it. Yeah.
Okay, and when you shoot the intros from the video, I know there's shots that were never from any episode. Were they planned episodes that you just didn't use footage for an opening, or did you record it specifically for an opening?
Yeah, a lot of times I just shoot specifically for the opening. Yeah, like weighing the Neo Geo game on the scale, and it's like 60 pounds. Yeah, well, which it isn't really that heavy, but hey. If I were to do current games, I mean, there's one that gets brought up a lot, is big rigs. Of course, I'll do that one sometime, but we'll see what happens. Hey, there.
What do you consider the prize of your video game collection?
The prize of the video game collection, like the crown jewel, I think would be the Odyssey because it's like the first home video game console. Yeah. You right there.
Yeah.
Hey.
What we really want to know is when we're going to see the epic confrontation between the happy video game nerd and the angry video game nerd that determines the fate of all anger and happiness and the universe.
I don't know. I see Derek here every year, so.
When's it going to happen? Give us a date. Will it be in the movie?
Well, we had a beer last night. I think it's very anticlimactic. Maybe we'll do something like that, an anger versus happiness.
You're a writer? What?
And I'm gonna go all the way to the back there. Yeah, you and all the way to the wall.
So, when you took a shit off Bugs Bunny's face,
When I took a shit on Bugs Bunny's face, what happened?
what was it made out of?
Oh, what was it made out of? It was well, Mike, man, you know that dance for that. That was
Chocolate and peanut butter.
chocolate and peanut butter.
And it went up my nose.
Yeah, that's, Mike's on the camera here, so he's just filming. Hey, Mike, man, can you make sure you centrifugally focus, man?
I'll try, man.
All right. Right here.
All the games and game hardware that you destroy, do you have like extra copies for other?
Yeah. When it comes to destroying any games and videos, I usually make sure I have another copy, or if it's something that's really not, worth much. Like I'll never destroy anything that's, valuable, or like that's just not. Some things are like broken to begin with. Like I had a Super NES that was like falling apart, so I destroyed it in the Mario 3 video. So, hey, right here in the middle, the green lanyard. Yeah.
Yeah, with Happy Video Game Nerd, the song, Kyle Justin didn't need a copyright, so we could use the same tune for the copyright song.
Oh yeah, say one more time. Kyle and the song.
Yeah, your AVGN song, the theme
Yeah.
song. So the Happy Video Game Nerd uses the same tune.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so did he need to get copyright?
Oh yeah, well, the Happy Video Game Nerd.
Did you allow him to use your tune?
Did he pass royalties for
Yeah,
the Angry Video Game Nerd tune? No, he didn't. But
You know what I'm gonna get to for he's my son. He wants it.
okay, hey.
Hey, well, me and my mom are from
are you gonna do a casting call?
Oh,
He wants to be in your movie.
cool. Oh, awesome. Well, yeah, we've only done a casting call, Chicago, Dallas, Philly. But yeah, I'll let you know. Just stay tuned. We're shooting in the majority of it in Los Angeles, but yeah, stay tuned. You could always send something to casting@avgnmovie.com. So no matter where you're from, send to that. Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, I'm a huge Ninja Turtles fan.
Yeah.
Yourself, and they're kind of the reason I got into gaming. The question for you is, what's like your favorite era of like the Turtles franchise?
Favorite era of the Turtles franchise. I think it was like a time period, like 1990. I would say. Like I think that was when the live action movie came out for the first time, and the cartoon series was still really big. That's when I was a big Turtle fan. Yeah. Let's see. I should go. I'm gonna go on this side. Hey, red shirt right there.
How do you feel about the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic series?
I don't care for it. You're in the middle there in the denim. Hey.
Hey, what advice do you have? We're from Connecticut too, by the way. What advice do you have for parents who have kids that are addicted to the angry video game nerd?
Keep watching!
Yeah, I know. It's surprising that I have such a young audience also, because I never attended it. I always thought it was more for, like older gamers, but it's cool. I mean, like there's a lot of like educational value, I guess, with the history of gaming. As far as the language and stuff, like, yeah, I don't have any advice, but I guess, keep in mind, it's a crude show, so definitely,
You're gonna hear it anyway.
Yeah, they hear it anyway, yeah, so, yeah. What to say? Hey.
Okay, my husband, at first whenever he used to watch your videos, he used to like make me watch them before I got into it. How does your wife handle the nerdism, and are there like nerd offspring in the future? So like,
no offspring yet, but maybe soon.
Baby video game nerd.
does she handle it like she can add a man or a whole other house for everything?
Yeah, I know. Like, I got the basement, so I'm good. No, I mean, I got the basement for all the shooting, and so I'm usually out of her way. But before, when we lived in a smaller apartment and this started up, she'd come in the kitchen and there's like Mike getting shit on in a Bugs Bunny, and it's, and mess all over the floor and everything. So she's actually going to be posting some stuff on the site, sharing some of those stories soon. So maybe once we settle in our temporary place, yeah. Oh, next steps to the nerd. Since I'm focusing on the movie right now, I'm not sure. So right now, it's probably like on hold for a little while until I get time. Like, like hopefully down the line I'll get a chance to make one. But I'll even be away from the nerd room for quite some time. But yeah, hopefully soon. Like, we'll see. Hey.
Yeah, I noticed since you got married, you definitely lowered down on the anger rate.
Well,
you kind of whipped there, or
when was the Superman 64 review? What year was that?
07.
How about the Dick Tracy one? What was that?
That's a lot of anger.
I think those are both in 2008. Those are pretty angry, and that's after marriage, so they're still angry. Hey. Not too many. No, actually quite a bit. Some of the hardest ones was Transformers, Silver. No, I didn't mean Silver Surfer. Street Fighter 2010, that was really hard. All the Zelda CDI games, I can't believe I beat those. Yeah, it depends. If I think the game is bad enough and I really want to go through it and see what else could be bad, see how shitty the ending is or something, I'll push myself. Yeah. Hey, right in the aisle here.
Are there any games that you really like or you think they have some kind of merit to them that everyone else seems to hate?
Games that I love that everybody else seems to hate. Not really. The only example I could think of maybe is the American Super Mario 2, which I love, but a lot of times it gets a lot of bad reputation because it's like not the real Mario 2, Doki Doki Panic. But I love that game still, yeah. Mario or not, whatever. Let me see, let me go to the back. Hey, you right there. Yeah.
Oh, good. I've been waiting for you to get to me. We know that LGN has made a lot of crappy fucking games. But which one do you think is recommended that was a good LGN game?
A good LJN game. I used to enjoy the Royal Rumble game, Super NES, and there's a Spider-Man game that's supposed to be really good too, and Maximum Carnage. Does it suck or is it good? I don't remember. It's playable. All right. So for LJN standards, at least. Let's see. You were there.
What's the most over-the-top stunt you've pretty much come up with in your mind that you never put on camera or couldn't get on camera for a game?
For a game?
Yes.
A stunt that I wanted to put on camera for a nerd episode?
Yes.
I can't think of one for an episode like that I didn't put on camera because most everything I did. But there's been stunts for films I wanted to do that I never did. There's one I thought of one time, which I definitely say don't try it or even think about doing it, and that's why I'm not. I always thought I wanted to have a scene where like I'm being chased on a tricycle, and I'm going down the highway going really fast, and I was gonna like tie the tricycle to like a car, and basically to take like the chain out or whatever, so I wouldn't have to like pedal, but I would pretend that I'm pedaling, and really the wheels are moving. But it was a plan that never got thought out much, and it would be completely ludicrous to try, by the way. But it's at least something that crossed my mind at one point. Like just for a crazy stuff. I just want to see somebody with a tricycle go down the highway getting chased by like cars.
What gave you the idea to review really bad games?
The idea to review very bad games, like I really don't know where that came out. And a lot of them that I did at first were kind of debatably bad. Like TMNT was kind of earlier on, and then Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest was one that I was just bored one day and just thought it'd be funny to just rip apart this old NES game. And at the time I was like, I didn't think anybody would even really remember the game or even think it was funny, but now I was wrong. Everybody loved it, so that's why it became what it is. Let's see. Hey, right here? Yeah.
When you made the Nintendo World Championship video and you destroyed the game at the end, how did you make the fake one look so real?
Oh, how do you make the fake? In the Nintendo World Championships episode, where we have the extremely rare games, we had a fake one also because we destroyed at the end. And the question is how I made the fake one look so realistic. The dip switch was the hardest part, really. It was just, I printed out a piece of paper. It goes so fast, you don't have a chance to notice how fake it really looks. But the label was pretty good, because the label on the original isn't that hard to duplicate. It's just, it's just like black text over a white blank label. So the fake one actually looked better than the real one. Because it's like 20, 25 years old, whatever. All the way in the back corner.
How do you think the
how will the movie be received by people who aren't necessarily fans? I don't know. I think that would be really interesting. Like I, hope people who are fans won't be like too disappointed. Like they're the only ones I'm thinking about. Like it's like, oh, it's got to like live up to expectations, and it's hard not to hype it too much because it's gonna take so long to make it. But the people who don't even know who the nerd is, I think it'll be mixed again, but it'll be. I think it'll have a pretty good reaction with a lot of people because it's like nothing else. It's just like I saw this movie about this guy who hated a video game so much, and so I think it would have it would have that kind of effect. It would still be good. Hey, right here. Yeah, you.
Hey, I love the.
Okay. Let's go. You can go first. I'll get you going.
Hey, I love the making of video that you did. I found that really, really entertaining.
Oh, thank you.
My question is, not as the nerd, but as James, what video game has made you the angriest, and how did you dish out that anger?
The video game that made me the angriest probably is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. When I revisited it again after all those years, it's still definitely. Like, I was actually trying to beat it the second time, like really learn how it's played and do it for real, get serious with it, and no, it's just. I couldn't get past like the fourth level. It just gets too impossible. Hey.
Directing maybe especially for that, what kind of release are you planning for that movie actually?
Oh, what kind of release am I planning for the movie? It's probably the best way to explain it is just kind of do the regular independent run. Like, has anybody seen any of Bruce Campbell's recent movies? Bubba Hotep, Man with the Screaming Brain, and My Name is Bruce. Like you hear about them for years and years, and then finally they come out in like local theaters or just like smaller theaters, and then eventually at the end of it all they come out on DVD. That's the worst case scenario, that it would just play small theaters and then come out on DVD. So either way you'll see it, and maybe it'll play bigger theaters. We'll take it on tour and stuff. So that's what we're planning now. Hey, right in the back there, black jacket. Yep.
Yes, do you plan to use shit pickle or make any other shit pickle episodes?
Do I plan on making any more shit pickle episodes? As of now, no, because the animation is time consuming, and even for animation that's that crude still. But shit pickle still every now and then we plug them in, like have a little cameo. So shit pickle will appear in different spots. Oh, we got the shit pickle plush coming out pretty soon. Oh, and a nerd plush, that's coming too, yeah. Hey, right here, I guess. Hey, yeah.
Without getting into spoilers for the movie, is anybody else going to show up, like Mike or Craig or Pat?
Oh, is anybody else from the internet going to show up in the movie? Right now, there's no solid plans for it, but there's plenty of room in it for cameos. So most likely, you're going to see some cameos here and there. Most of the supporting cast are all people that we're getting specifically for the movie. If that makes any sense. So most of the supporting cast are not going to be recognizable from other internet stuff, I guess, if that makes any sense, basically. So,
Alright. Can we get an angry nerd outburst?
Come
on.
Fuck. A game that gave me nightmares, for real. No, I don't know actually. Yeah, sorry, no, I can't remember any.
Castlevania 2.
Maybe. Hey.
You were KO in the Denver Ghostbusters movie. Is there any chance you're gonna do the same thing for them? Make a cameo in your movie for the Denver Ghostbusters?
Oh, well, that'd be cool. Yeah, because they're really cool. I don't know yet. I mean, again, the cameos, nothing's locked down for that yet. But there's always possibilities. Hey, magic wand.
So some of the games you played, liked as a kid and then you play it later as an adult and you realize how horrible a game it was?
Are there any games I played that I liked as a kid and then hated as I've grown up? Probably a lot of them, I gotta say. Maybe Bad Dudes. I used to like that. You know what I used to love? I used to love the fighting mode in Double Dragon, you know, the versus mode, and now I play it. It's the worst thing ever. Yeah. Hey, so.
For some of the obscure movies you reviewed, like Ricky One and Santa Claus or Santa Claus Meets the Ice Cream Bunny, how do you actually find that stuff or find out about that stuff usually?
The really rare videos like the Santa Claus and the Ice Cream Bunny and the Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
I found the Santa Claus one.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah, so Mike found that one. Yeah, a lot of them find it like video stores that are going out of business. That was where we found a lot of them. Is there any other place? Like, sometimes eBay, but how do you discover it in the first
eBay,
place?
the internet, I mean, it could be anywhere. I could walk out there and find a shitty movie and then...
Yeah. Say again?
I'm saying IMDb seems like a good source for new video.
It does, yeah. Do you have another question, by the way?
Yeah, I was curious. I love Monster Mash. It's my favorite videos you do. What's the theme going to be for this year? Do you know?
We won't reveal it yet, but we're definitely working on something. I'm glad you like that, because I love doing that every year. Yeah, just because everybody, you know, introducing horror films that you might not have heard of. So it's always cool. I love that stuff. Hey, Sega Saturn. Or no, that's the Genesis 2.
Yeah, I was wondering, what would your wife think of the angry video game nerd character? Like, would she date him? Or
Would you like the nerd if he was real? No, probably not. No. You know, he's a grump. He's a very, very cynical and depressing dude to be around. I don't know. Let's see. Hey, right over there. Yeah, door. Yep.
Hey.
Yep.
With the movie, you probably maybe have an opportunity to do this, but does the nerd have any relatives that we don't know about? Like a nerdette?
Does the nerd have any relatives in the film?
If at all. Not even just film, just at all.
I think he does, but we don't explore that in the movie, though. I think that would be a totally different way to go. But so in the film, there's no reference to his family, but there, you know, in my mind, I think there is. So there's definitely a story behind it. Hey, all the way in the back, blue shirt.
Now, Eagle Raptor expressed his love for you in his first sequel legacy. Do you also love him?
Yeah. I actually just heard somebody told me about that just recently, just saying that he'd be open to help out or something. So maybe we'll see. Maybe I'll reach out to him. So. Hey. For the film or anything? Yeah, probably not a lot of, not like the nerd episodes, probably, because most of them aren't shot in HD. Yeah, some of the later ones are actually, but yeah, like stuff that's shot in standard def, probably not. But yeah, we're definitely planning to move toward Blu-ray, maybe, since that's the way it seems to be going. So, hey.
Me and my group are aspiring in creating horror movie style, kind of campy films. Do you have any advice for filmmakers who are starting things like that?
For advice for making campy films?
Yes.
Campy with effects or just the genre.
Effects, genre, horror, genre.
Yeah, I don't know, because you know, I go for a little bit of a campy thing. The nerd movie's gonna be a little campy with stuff like that, you know. So I would say, yeah, I guess just make sure it's like consistent. I guess make sure the whole thing is campy and it, right from the beginning people know that it's supposed to be. So I guess just make it clear that they're supposed to know it's campy and everything. That's about all I can think of. Yeah. Yeah. Good luck. Hey.
Do you genuinely love the VHS format? I've seen that you enjoy Family Matters, and the only way you enjoy it is on VHS, as far as I've seen so far. Do you love VHS?
Do I love the VHS format? In some ways, I do. I mean, it's not. I really don't miss having to rewind every tape that I have. So mostly no. I pretty much. Avoid watching VHS tapes, but sometimes you find an old movie and it only exists on VHS, and that's the only way to watch it. So no, but for nostalgic reasons, yeah, we all grew up with VHS, so it's.
But DVDs are bullshit.
Everything VHS was the less bullshitty. It's just obsolete. That's all. But there's a difference between obsolete and bullshit. Hey. Yep.
So, one of those things I like to see on your website are the other characters, Mike and Kevin when he shows up. How do you feel about giving this opportunity to all your friends and inner circle? Even the wife sitting on there now.
For the film?
For just on general, like game glitches and such.
Oh yeah. So what's it like giving opportunities to friends and stuff? Yeah, I mean a lot of times you work with people who you're friends with. Like I guess you could say Kyle. I knew him like since college, and he was like one of the first guys I thought of to write a song for the Nerds. So yeah, I guess that kind of thing happens. You kind of work with your close friends and stuff a lot. Yeah, if that answers. Good, but whatever. Okay. Hey, right here, front. Yeah.
Yeah, my friends and I really enjoy NBA Jam. Do you have a favorite team in that game?
Oh no, I don't actually. But NBA Jam was probably the coolest of all the basketball games I played. But I don't usually play sports games that often. But yeah, that would probably be the best. Yeah. Hey, right there. Oh, I can get you both. Yeah, okay. So I'll get you.
I just had two quick questions actually. Super Mario Bros. 3 and the Castlevania retrospect, those are actually a couple of my favorite videos.
Oh yeah.
There's another game that you would do that for. And my second question is, are you going to keep on motherfucking Mondays as a new staple for the site?
Yeah, well, for a while at least. Well, okay. Sorry, I know it's good. The second question. MAGFEST. Sorry, say it one more time.
Oh, the first question was, is there another game series or game that you would like? Another good game series or game that you would do a review for, like you did for Mario Brothers and Castlevania?
Oh, okay. Would there be another like series I'd like to do, like Mega Man, or like I did with Castlevania, right? Yeah, Mega Man would be a good one. That's a really good suggestion. Yeah, because a lot of those games can be maddeningly frustrating, and there's definitely another good one. Mortal Kombat, that'd be a pretty good one. Yeah. Also, you were standing there too, right there.
So Zelda 2 gets a lot of hate for being a bad game because it didn't follow the way Zelda 1 was. I personally gave it Majora's Mask because it did everything right that OT did, but that stupid time limit killed the whole game for me. And no one else seems to see it like that. Do you personally have any personal views like me with Majora's Mask?
Majora's Mask? You know what's funny? I don't think I've ever played Majora's Mask. But I've heard all the same complaints, like the time.
I don't like it either, sorry.
Okay. But I've heard the same thing, that the time limit in the game is annoying. But I was so busy with Ocarina of Time that Majora's Mask was out by then, and I was just like, look, I gotta finish Ocarina of Time. I'm not ready for a new Zelda. So that's where I was. It came out too quick for me to have time to play it. I was in college and everything. I was just so busy with everything. Hey,
You ready?
Yeah, now that the Zelda timeline has been somewhat officially been revealed, how are you going to update your comment off Zelda?
Oh, yeah, I'm getting so many emails right now about that. Like, Nintendo just officially, like, laid out the Zelda timeline, and it's just funny how it just keeps going backward. But I don't really care much about it. But I think the greatest take I ever saw was the Link to the Future video. Somebody did a really great parody which makes fun of the Zelda timeline. And if you haven't seen it, check that out. It's awesome. Hey, right there. Yeah.
Two questions.
Oh, okay. You can both go. Yeah, you go first.
Oh, I'm sorry. Among all the shitty games that you played, can you name some of them that were among the least shitty of them? Like, which ones did you think were the best or worst?
Least shitty or best of the games that I've reviewed?
Correct.
My one. McKids, that's a good one, because, McKids, I pretty much did that one. In the early days, I'd never played it before, so I didn't even know what I was getting into. I just thought, oh, it's a game based off McDonald's. It's gotta be terrible. I played it, and it wasn't really that bad. So, that's kind of an example of, you gotta play the game before you actually start reviewing it. Hey.
Yeah, I was just wondering, what is your ultimate career aspiration? Like, where do you see yourself in like 10 or 15 years?
My future aspiration, where I see myself 10, 15 years, hopefully just making films. Yeah, that's it. Making all kinds of different films. Yeah. Hey, right there.
Now, I know you know about the irate scam or whatever his name is.
Oh, yeah.
But also hear that there's also a pretentious, annoying douchebag that's beating Ninja Guy on a dance pad. What are your thoughts about that guy?
I have no idea. I mean, I honestly don't pay attention that much, but no, I mean, I'm not saying I have anything against anybody, but, so, yeah, I'm just not really paying attention.
Okay.
Oh, you're that guy? Oh, wait, yeah, you came through my signing last year, right? Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I signed the dance pad, right? Yeah. Oh, I have seen. I haven't seen the Ninja Gaiden one, but I saw the Dracula one, right?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that was one of the most insane accomplishments in gaming I've ever seen in my life. Yes. Thank you for refreshing my memory. Yeah.
Would he ever do more recent games?
No, I think it's mostly about going back to the past, but I played that up because I thought that was pretty funny. Like, I pretty much made it like the nerd character doesn't even know about newer games, or I played it up like he was really had never held an Xbox controller, so I thought that was pretty funny. So I see him as just being a very outdated guy who literally lives in the past. Yeah. Hey.
With your feelings on SOPA, do you think that
Oh, he's asking about the SOPA bills that they're trying to rush through Congress. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the best person to ask about it, but I hear all kinds of different things. It's definitely something to keep your eye on, but it's hard to think. It's basically like you think, if the way it is right now, any copyright holder has the right to go after people that infringe on them or whatever, but it's the way it is right now seems fine. So I don't know what they're trying to do now. Sounds like they're trying to just control the internet basically, or that's how I hear it. So it seems like it's about money, it's about power, it's about control, and it just doesn't seem right. So yeah, so I don't know, but I'm not the best person to ask about it. Hey.
About overanalyzing, what are your and Mike's personal views on Stephanie's fake accent?
Well, the accent is gone now, so.
Yeah, when everyone was complaining about it, what were your personal views?
Oh, when it happened, well, we got in the room, and she always talks in that accent a lot of times anyway. And so to me, it wasn't. I was just like, oh, that's her character. That's the way she is. So I said, yeah, do that for when we shot 8 episodes in a day, because it's not something that we really think about much. It was just kind of like a quick thing to do. I didn't even have to edit it. And basically, I thought there's nothing wrong with it, but then everybody complained, and it was the most complaints I ever saw about any one little thing. So we changed it, it's gone, the accent's gone now, and now the comments are much more positive than then. So, yeah. I'll take a couple more here. Hey, right there.
I know a lot of people, myself included, will make any kind of joke, and then someone else will use it, and sometimes you get a little annoyed by that. How do you feel about all these people making angry video gamers? Do you get annoyed or you just not care?
Oh, other people making angry video gamers?
Like you never stop hearing it. They come up to you and say, hi, fuck, or something.
Oh, yeah, like you mean just doing their own versions of the angry video game nerd, or you mean doing their own completely different things, but you know, just being angry still, or
trying to beat you.
Trying to beat me? Oh, I don't know. I mean, I you know, don't have anything against anybody, so most of the time, most of what I've seen is like very flattering. Usually, it's like it's done in like a tribute or something, or it's something totally unrelated. It has nothing to do with me, so that's all fine. So, hey, right there.
Me? I know you like horror movies a lot. Do you have any favorite horror video games like Resident Evil or Clock Tower or anything of the sort?
Favorite horror games?
Like Silent Hill or anything?
Mine's a little bit of a precursor to those. I guess Doom, like that was one that I remember playing. It was like one of the first games that really creeped me out as far as horror goes. Yeah. Hey. Yep.
You know what's bullshit? That you totally dropped. You know what's bullshit?
I know, it is.
Any particular reasons?
We want to bring back the bullshit at some point, but right now, just been so busy. But yeah, we want it back. Hey.
If you could only play one video game for the rest of your life, past or present, what would it be?
If I want to play one game for the rest of my life, I'd probably pick a really long game that would be like a really long game that I remember, like Chrono Trigger or something. That's a I'm gonna take one more question, and then I'm gonna move over to the dealer room at the screw attack table, where I'm gonna continue the signings. So, yeah, that's the dealer room screw attack table. Right? Hey, all the way in the back right there? Yep. Hey, you know, can you actually walk up to me?
I lost track of time. I got in here like 2 minutes ago. By waiting.
Okay, pretty bad. Okay, so Slaughter Sport sucks. When I do a review, I have to play it, but yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for the recommendation, and thanks everybody for coming.